It's been almost 5 months since I've played Paladins, and I really miss playing the game. I ended up switching to Overwatch after the whole OV64 mess, and I didn't regret it. Now, both games have their own similarities and differences, which makes them unique, but they're still both amazing games. I just think Hi-Rez should have listened to the community before trying to implement big changes to the game. And by the way, please forgive my aiming. I'm just used to playing Overwatch so much that there were times when my aiming was good, average, and then just terrible. Personally, as soon as I heard about OV64, I was no longer motivated to keep playing Paladins. My girlfriend and I started playing Paladins right after it was released on console, and it was the only game we played every day. We lost motivation when we were Diamond 1, and we were like 2 or 3 games away from being masters in comp, but knowing that one of our favorite games was turning for the worse just made us stop playing. A day before OV67 released on console, we checked out Paladins and gave cards Unbound a go. And this pretty much summed it up. But we won. Terrible experience that surprisingly ended with a win. Earlier that day we opened around 30 Radiant chests, and I thought to myself, how were people able to continue playing the game like this? Like, there's players that stayed from the beginning to the end of Cards Unbound, which shocks me because they were able to put up with it for a long time, but for us, we just quit the game. Then OV67 gets delayed for a day, and I'm just too excited. I could not wait to play Paladins anymore, and the next day the patch gets released, and the first things we noticed are that we receive a ton of gold back with a good amount of crystals, the new UI, every single card is unlocked, quests are working, and Cards Unbound is gone. It took us a couple games to get used to the abilities, aiming, and other characters, but after a while we got used to the flow of Paladins that we tried out comp again. Mostly because we didn't like the gold border, and I wanted to experience comp with Paladins again. Overall, we did pretty good for our second day back on Paladins that we got placed into Diamond Tier 4. And you know, some things never change in Paladins, like why don't people pick healer or frontline? It's the thing that annoys me the most in comp, because once you locked in the champion, that's it. Your team has to try really hard to win without one or the other, or worst case scenario, both. But then it'll lead to the spamming of nice job, cancel that, or buy, and it becomes difficult trying to concentrate when you're constantly getting spammed. Anyways, coming back to Paladins after Cards Unbound has been amazing. It definitely feels like the old Paladins again, but better. However, in my opinion, there are still pros and cons of OV67, which is what I want to go over next. So first, for the pros, are that the Cards Unbound system has been removed, which unlocked all loadout cards, removed levels from legendary cards, and the loadouts will run with a 15-point system. The new UI looks modern, crisp, and more simple. I think it's definitely more welcoming for new players, although there should be a menu tutorial in the near future or in the next patch. Also, I like the new placement of skills being at the bottom right instead of at the center, but this is just my preference, and it can be changed at any time in settings for other players. Honestly, for the cons, I only find one big con in this patch, and that is the ability to buy levels. I think it should be removed because it takes away the aspect of hard work and effort when trying to earn champion titles. Many people have spent a lot of time playing with their main, not only because that's their main, but to unlock the champion title for their main. For example, comparing player A who grinded for the title pre-OV67 and player B who bought the title because they were like 10 to 15 levels away from it, I feel like it devalues the title and sort of makes it useless now. And don't get me wrong, there are more cons out there, but I consider them to be minor, like some customizations are broken and the top player of the game glitches out from time to time. But overall, I think Hi-Rez did a great job with OV67, and hopefully they'll keep Paladins on the right path to becoming an even better game.